Right now we're nearby a Voice for the Voiceless camp in Houston, unceded St'át'imc territory. And this land is still used to this day by Houston and St'át'imc people for harvesting medicine and foods. The area here is a documented heritage site. There's ancestral pit house villages nearby and burial grounds. This whole hillside has been clear cut by aspen planers, and their next step is they want to supposedly do a cleanup, but the camp is opposed to a cleanup because that would involve most likely burning a lot of the remaining wood and harvesting more.
You can see this road here, just around the corner where it turns is the old village of our people. So what has occurred is they have run over our ancestors. They put on a very thin matting and filled gravel over and have been hauling their logs over our ancestors to get back to their cut block. And it was brought to the elders' attention at one point, and then they did not listen to him, so the elders put me out here, basically taking a spiritual stance of protecting our ancestral village.
When they came to us and said, we're going to log in here, and I said, no, I said, it's an archaeology site. And he said, well, it hasn't been proved. It's our chief and council that don't want to believe it. I'm pretty sure it's them that's got the sale back in here. But they won't come out and talk with us. They want us to go talk in chief and council meetings, and we won't go. That was my stand right from the start, and it will remain. And this is the carpet they laid down to put the dirt on. And you know, the funny thing about it, that's not half of the pit houses they covered. It goes right to the top of the hill.
So here we have a simple cable that's crossing the road. That's the barrier, because again, we're not here to take a highly activist point in blocking, but just, it's our territory, it's our right to be here. Here's what I'm now calling home. I started out with it in the teepee, and it's expanded. I can say easily maybe 150 people have come to help occupy this lands here for the last 4 months. So this is one of the main roads that the Forestry Services have put in to get access to a lot of the resources. It goes all the way up to Elizabeth Mine, and same with the road of Junction Creek. One of the statements that they've said is they own the road, and so my future vision is that there is no road, that it just starts, we just start to let it overgrow and become the path, because a lot of these roads were accessible paths that our people used. They were horse trails, walking paths, and then there's many of the animal trails that also have been destroyed through a lot of the logging.
When this road was built, we come in here and we seen what was going on, so we stopped the logging for up to 3 months, and we did an archaeology dig here, and we found spear points that was 3,700 years old. For graveyards and that, we never ever did find it, so it's got to be in here somewhere.
And this is a old cut block that they did in 1991, and this is what they replanted. They took fir out and they planted this pine in, and these pine saplings were genetically modified to grow fast. So that was the promise they made to the people when they come in, and as you could see, 25, 26 years later, there is no ability to harvest this tree. Here we have our husham, our soapberry bush that we're finding, that is, and I might be wrong about it, but we're starting to notice some plants that are suffering. The elders always talking about the meltdown, the water's what carries everything, right? So it's always coming down. So again, they start their cut blocks at the top of these mountains. And every time they alter something up here, it's going to affect everything down here. I would just simply like to see this part of the territory return to its natural form and let the people return. This is one of the only ways I see in the future that we're going to be able to restore our lands and bring all of those wonderful attributes and characteristics back to the people. Because the more access they have, the more they take.